Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys an update to my Morphtronic deck profile. This is going to be a little bit different version from the last ones that I've been profiling, where we were using like the Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, and now I have actually reverted back to one of our main boss monsters being the Shooting Quasar Dragon, just so the deck sort of melded this way with Appaloosa not being around anymore and stuff. So it's been quite a while since I've updated this. So if you guys do enjoy the content, if you guys love Morphtronics like I do, this is kind of my pet deck, so please subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Also, today's video is sponsored by Skullshaver. They did just send me a brand new Pitbull Skullshaver Gold Pro, or I just bought it, I should say. And they did send me a little Father's Day gift as well, a little manicure set. So anyways, we are going to be getting into all of that at the end of the video. I'll do a little bit of an ad, but for now, let's get on into the profile. So, for the main deck, we are going to be going on into 3 copies of Selphon as always. Selphon is your bread and butter of the deck. He's like your best guy. We do also have Telephon, who's very important to the deck, but this guy being like your level 1 non-tuner is very, very important. This guy being able to just roll a die and then being able to reveal whatever your roll is off the top and special summon a Morphtronic as long as it's level 4 or lower. Then you are able to special summon that monster to your field and just really go off. He is not a hard once per turn, so you can just continuously loop him with all of our other ways to bring him back out of the graveyard or special summon extra copies out of the deck. Very, very crazy. Then we are going on into 3 copies of Smartphon. Smartphon, very similar to Selphon, just being able to pull Morphtronic cards out of your deck and add them to your hand based on your roll. And then your Morphtronic Telephon, being able to roll a die and then gain life points and special summon monsters from out of your graveyard. Very, very cool. This card, you know, a lot of times you're just going to be special summoning the level 1 Selphon, so it doesn't matter what you roll, but sometimes you do need to like pull that level 4 out of the graveyard or something, and it actually does matter what you roll, so it is kind of interesting. But yeah, these are like the 3 main cards that you need to be maxing out on. Then some of the ratios can change depending on how you want to build the deck. I am going all in on just trying to make sure that I get to Selphon and Telephon as fast as possible, which is how any deck should be built. But there is probably a little bit of discrepancy on how you can best do that. I am not playing the Gadget Gamer combo and like the Gadget Gauntlet or whatever his name is. But anyways, I don't really care for that package because those cards are not Morphtronics. If they were considered Morphtronic cards in the deck or whatever, that would be awesome. But they are not, so I wanted to cut the Gadget Gamer build and just focus on like Scannon, because Scannon can get you to the Morphtronic converter. So this is basically like, it's not as good, but it is basically 3 additional copies of Selphon. So we are playing this, plus it's a level 6, so we can just turbo into our Power Tool Dragon with like one of our level 1s with our Selphon, so that's pretty cool. We are playing machine duplication here, so I was playing 3 Remoten at first, but I did cut it down to 2 so that I could play the 3rd copy of Scannon, which just seemed better. But you can still use machine duplication on Remoten, and this card being able to just get another resource to hand is always really, really good. This card comes in clutch really, really big at the end of your combos when you're trying to go into your level 4, the Morphtronic Earphon, which we will get to like how that all sort of combos a little bit later. We're also playing 2 copies of Scopin, rather. This card is very versatile. It like seems like such an innocuous card, but the fact that this card, when it's in defense position, becomes level 4. That means that if you special summon it off of your Selphon, you can just special summon it. It is now level 4, and then these can go into your TG Hyper Librarian or your one of your other level 5s that is in the extra deck, which we will get to a little bit later. So this card, being a 3 or being a 4, is very versatile, and being able to special summon one of your level 4s from the hand is also really cool. So we are playing 2 Boomboxin and 1 Slingin. You could play 3 Boomboxin because it's probably just like better because we are playing Naturia Beast and you want that Earth attribute. But it does like come up having Slingin in the extra deck if you are going second. This is basically just a fun deck, but still, like if you're trying to play it somewhat competitively, if you're bringing it to a tournament, you want to have Slingin for those moments when you're going second so that you at least have a chance to try to like break through boards. because it still does come up quite a bit, and he's not a hard once per turn either, so you can keep kind of bringing him back to the field, blowing up your opponent's board bit by bit, all that kind of cool stuff. Then we are playing 3 copies of Machine Duplication. This is your most important spell card in the deck. One of them, I'd probably actually say maybe Desynchro is maybe your most important, but this card, being able to just bring out 2 extra copies of either your Cellphon or your Telephon, or if you want to bring out that 1 extra copy of Remoten, this card is just very, very good. Then we are playing 3 copies of Morphtronic Converter, basically getting you into like your 9th copies of Cellphon. And then we're also playing like 1-for-1 and stuff. So like there's just tons of ways to get into Cellphon with Converter and the Scannon and stuff, but still very, very important cards to be playing. Then we are playing 2 copies of Junkbox. This was one that I had to cut down, but we have tons of ways to bring stuff from the graveyard with our Telephon. It's just a little bit hard to like link spam with the fact that we don't have Appaloosa anymore. But in general, like Junkbox and Telephon gets you enough stuff. It's just that sometimes those Telephons can clump up your field a little bit, so you have to be very aware of that. I did add Gadget Box into the deck. This is a new addition, which I've just sort of seen in other people's profiles. Didn't really get it, but this card does come up a ton. Because I always say Morphtronic's like biggest weakness is that they have too many tuners. Like when they released Scannon, it was like, okay, cool, like you gave us a level 6. However, it's a tuner, which means like you can only really use it with Cellphon to get into anything. Otherwise, it's like, okay, we have Telephon who's a tuner, we have Smartphone who's a tuner, we have Remoten, we have the Scopin, all that stuff. It's just like there's too many tuners. So having Gadget Box, which is treated as a Morphtronic card, so you can add it to your hand off of the Smartphone, that just means that you get an additional level 1 to the field, which is really cool. So I have grown to really, really like having this card. Then we have 3 copies of Morphtronic Repair Unit. This card is very, very good as well, just to be able to bring all your guys back. Power Tool Dragon can basically add this card to hand because it's an equip card. And then for your other equip cards, we are playing 1 Life Extreme, 1 Power of the Guardians, and 1 Break Draw. Break Draw and Power of the Guardians are really, really great for this deck, because your Quasar Dragon is actually going to be able to attack twice per turn. So if your opponent is still like walling up on you or something and you're trying to like attack for game, you can still like attack with your Quasar Dragon. And like if you like have to equip Power of the Guardians or Break Draw to the Quasar Dragon, being able to attack twice per turn, you're going to be able to like draw extra cards. You're going to be able to get extra counters and stuff on there. So very, very, very cool. I really like that combo. Otherwise, in general, these 3 are always just going to be going on to your other guy, your Power Tool Braver Dragon. Then for our last equip spell, we have Different Dimension Reincarnation. This card just being able to bring back one of your banished guys is really, really good. You could play like your 3rd Junk Box, but again, just being able to search this is just kind of nice. Then, lastly, for our last couple of spells, we have 3 copies of Desynchro. Like I said, this is probably one of your best spells in the deck because you just get TG Hyper Librarian on the field, and then you get Formula Synchron out. That's going to allow you to draw a card. Then you just Desynchro, or sorry, you get to draw 2 cards basically because you have Formula and you have TG Hyper Librarian. Use Desynchro, bring the stuff back. Hopefully you use like Smartphone and Cellphon for the Synchro, or you used your Telephone, and then that is going to allow you to like bring something back or search and Cellphon to special summon something back out, and then you just Formula Synchron again and draw 2 more cards. This is just so important. It is such a huge advantage swing when you can just keep like drawing and adding cards. Then lastly, we're playing 1-for-1, and we're also playing 1 World Legacy Succession, which should tell you what our other level 5 is in the extra deck. But that is it for the main deck. That is 40 cards, clean. And now into the extra deck, which is a little bit spicy. It's a little bit weird just looking at it from a distance, but it works and it flows very, very well. So we are playing 1 copy of Power Tool Dragon just to be able to get additional copies of Morphtronic Repair Unit or that Different Dimension Reincarnation into our hand. Very, very crucial. Then we are also playing the Power Tool Braver Dragon. This card is actually insane. I used to not really play it. You guys probably haven't seen me put this in a deck profile yet. However, there was no really need to like play him back when we had Appaloosa. But the really cool thing is that when you are going into him and you're like mid combo and you're just trying to like you know, get extra bodies with Smart Fawn and Cell Fawn out of the deck and all that stuff. It's actually really crazy when you're going mid-combo and you're able to go into Power Tool Braver Dragon, and you actually pull all 3 of these cards out of the deck. It is insane. Like, you are, like, this is like playing Thunder Dragon in GOAT format. It's just like, it thins the deck by 3 cards. It's so good. It makes it so that, like, now your deck is, you know, just basically Morphtronic cards, and then maybe a couple of the other generic stuff, like your desynchros and your machine duplications and stuff. But being able to pull 3 cards out of the deck is actually insane. And then he's able to basically, like, stop 3 of your opponent's monster effects. Really, really cool. Then for some of the lower level stuff, we are playing 2 Formula Synchron. Just because sometimes if you get a bit of a bum hand, you need to, like, summon out 2 level 1s, one of them being a tuner, and then just go into Formula Synchron and just try to draw something. Or maybe you need to, like, put Formula Synchron into a body so that you can do some link plays or something like that, which will come up a little bit later in the profile here. But in general, playing 2 is just better than playing 1 because you get that extra draw. You get to just try to dig through your deck to try to find an answer that you need. Very, very important. Then we were playing 1 copy of Martial Metal Marcher. This is actually important for getting into our boss monster. It can also bring back an additional tuner, which is cool. If you bring back your Scopen from grave, it negates its effects, so it actually just, like, stays as a level 3 in defense position, which generally later into the combo you want it as a level 3, so that's still really cool. Then we were playing 1 copy of Morphtronic Earfawn. This card is really crazy, like when you are, again, late in your combo and you have Cell Fawn and you reveal either a Scopen or a Remoten. These cards, like, you don't want to see them too often. That's why I'm only playing them at 2. But when you do see them, that just sort of works perfect in your combo. And then you synchro this off at the end of the combo. It'll be in your graveyard, and then you can attach it onto your Braver Dragon, which is then going to just give it extra negations and stuff like that. Very, very cool. Then we are playing the 1 IB, the World Chalice Justice here, which is going to allow us to search for our World Legacy Succession. The reason why this card is important in here is because sometimes your combos just do not go smoothly. There are going to be times where you are going to have to synchro off your TG Hyper Librarian or something to be able to, like, just go into a Power Tool Dragon. Like, let's say that you have your TG Hyper Librarian and your Formula Synchron, and you just have no more gas. You just have to synchro these into your Power Tool Dragon, and then Power Tool Dragon is going to get you an equip spell, and then maybe that Morphtronic Repair unit is going to get you back into the game. However, you still need the TG Hyper Librarian to do your full combo into your Shooting Quasar Dragon. So World Legacy Succession is in here. It's meant to be that card that sort of gets you back into the game, getting back those combo pieces that you maybe had to synchro off or link off or something like that. Very, very important card. So here we have Naturia Beast as well. This card just really great for your end board. 1 copy of Black Rose Dragon. This is literally just in here for when you're going second and you just need to bust through your opponent's board. Very, very important card. Still just to, like, act like, you know, again, this is a fun deck, kind of just a cool deck to mess around with and play solitaire with at home. Like, you can just sit around with your dice, roll around, and, like, just play the combos. But still, if you're playing this in like a tournament setting, you still want to have Black Rose Dragon to just wipe your opponent's board. Then lastly, for our big boss monster is Shooting Quasar Dragon. Just being able to negate anything and just, like, attack for game and stuff on the next turn is really, really crazy. Then for our links, we're playing 1 copy of Relinquished Anima. And then this is where it gets weird. 1 copy of Geonator Transverser. This card is literally just in here because it is an Earth and it has a downward pointing arrow. 1 copy of Asa, again, because it's an Earth. It utilizes Earths, and it can technically get you some advantage back if you just have to go into her. And then lastly, 1 copy of Saryuja. Saryuja is also an Earth, so he works with Asa, which is cool. And then Saryuja just being able to, like, the really important thing is you do have some cards that, like, you are just trying to search with your other monster effects. So, like, these cards in specific, or if you, like, get extra copies of Morphtronic Converter and, like, you've already used it or something, if these cards are starting to, like, brick up in your hand, you just go into Saryuja, draw 4, put the Garnet cards back into the deck, and then you go into, like, your Braver Dragon and your Ib and stuff, and then you, like, search them out of the deck how you properly wanted to. So that's sort of the reason why Saryuja is in here, just to be able to shuffle back all of these searchable cards, put them back into the deck and get actual real cards that you want. And then also he's really good, like just to be able to special summon something back from your hand and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for the deck profile. I think we're just going to keep it at a deck profile for this one, and then we will do a little bit of a combo tutorial separately. So let me know what you guys are thinking about this, but I guess just on the end, just to show you guys what the end board is going to look like, is essentially you're kind of like going into Power Tool Dragon, and then maybe you'll use like a Formula Synchron to go into Braver Dragon. You're probably going to have Saryuja on your board just to be able to like do stuff. And then you are eventually going to go into Earfon, Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron will go into Martial Metal Marcher. And then you also have had TG Hyper Librarian on the field for probably most of the game. So you're going to be having these guys. These three are going to go into your shooting Quasar Dragon. And then you will, if you have enough bodies, like if you have a one of the level 4 Earths in your hand, your Boomboxin, you can special summon that from your hand with your Saryuja, and then special summon another Smart Fawn or something, and then go into Naturia Beast. So you are basically going to utilize all of these cards except for maybe like 2 of the links. You're probably going to use these during your combo at some point. These cards are just kind of in here for if you need them, and this is going to be your end board, getting the disruptions with Power Tool Braver Dragon, and Power Tool Braver Dragon is going to be equipped with Earfon as well as all of your other equips, and you're going to have a bunch of spell negates with Naturia Beast, and then shooting Quasar Dragon is going to be able to basically negate anything. So that is going to be sort of like what your end board goal is looking like. You always should have enough spaces on the board to be able to like make all of the synchro bodies to go into these, and then that is why Saryuja is here. If you have something like clogging up your stuff, you might just have to link off Saryuja to go into Asa, and that is just like the reality of it. But that is just how you sort of have to shuffle around the bodies and why the links are in here. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for the deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to check out that ad for Skull Shaver, please stay on the video here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we will see you guys for the combo tutorial. Peace. And guys, today's video is brought to you by Skull Shaver. So we are going to do a bit of a quick unboxing of another of the Pitbull Gold Pro. Just wanted to make sure that I got the same one that I've been using, tried and true for years, as well as it came in a bundle with their Baby Beast trimmer. I'll give you guys a little bit of a demonstration on the Pitbull Gold. You guys can probably tell what the Baby Beast trimmer is for. We're not going to be doing a demo on that one, obviously. And also for a little Father's Day gift, they sent me like sort of like a on-the-go travel like manicure kit. So we're also going to be going through that one as well. Alright guys, so we're going to be starting off by opening up the Pitbull Skull Shaver Gold Pro. Whether you need a gift for yourself, your wife, girlfriend, mother, whatever it is, you guys, there's stuff for everybody out there. And again, if you're not a baldy like me, there is tons of other stuff, including that Baby Beast trimmer, which we'll be getting into. Yeah, so every shaver kind of comes with like the bag on there, so you can like take that for traveling. They've got information, instruction manuals. Yep, charger comes right there. It comes with like the USB-C, so you guys can kind of take it anywhere. Comes with a little brush as well, just for if you gotta clean out any of the grits and grimes. Also, a really cool thing that you can buy that comes along with this. I should have brought it up from my bathroom, but there is sort of like a stand that you get for being able to like rinse it out. So very, very cool as well. So we're just going to take off the protective plastic there. So here we have the Pitbull Gold, has this little cover here. And then basically for washing it out, it has this little reservoir that you can buy that it like clips into there. You just fill it up with water and it'll just clean it out right there. Whenever this gets filled up with too much grime on the inside, you just pop it open, dunk it out, you know, maybe slap it on the counter a little bit. And again, you can just rinse it out as well, just like that. Very, very cool. You know, comes at 100% charge. That's pretty cool. And yeah, we'll give a little bit of a demonstration on that as well. Getting on to the next product, this is the first time that I've seen the Baby Beast trimmer. So this is the first one that I've gotten of this. That's very, very cool. Just going to pop that open. It looks like it comes with a handful of different like attachments that you can do right here. So that's also very, very nice. And we're just going to get a look at the ergonomics on this guy here. It looks very nice. It's very light. It's probably, you know, it feels like good, durable stuff. Like, it is like an actual very good premium brand. I like having all the stuff on the side. So there already is blades in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to like look into what this actually is for. But yeah, I like the sleek design of it. It feels good. It looks good. So these are the two new skull shaver products that I got. These do come into a bundle, so they're very, very nice. But again, if you're not a baldy or if you don't need one of these, then you guys can obviously just pick and choose what you need on the website on their own. And then lastly, let's open up this this like grooming set here. That's probably what I should have called it, not a manicure set. Sort of just a little bit of a grooming set here. Very, very nice look. It's, oh man, I'm always looking for toenail clippers, and now I have 3? That's actually really nice. This was just a really nice little additional gift that they gave. You got some tweezers and all that stuff in there. You got a file for your nails, so a little bit of a manicure set. A little bit of a beard trimming scissors right there. Honestly, just like a nice little to-go grooming set. So, big thanks to Skull Shaver for supporting the channel. You guys can use the affiliate link down in the description below to help support the channel. That is going to be a link that just leads directly to the channel and helps to support us, helps keep the lights on, helps keep me getting more deck profiles and stuff to you guys, and helps just basically fund everything for the channel. Let's just give a quick demonstration here on how the Pitbull shaver works. All right, guys, so just a quick little demo. As you can see, I've got the new one right here. Basically, what I do, you guys can see I've got about 2-day stubble going on here. Obviously not much going on top, but I shaved my head on Friday with just like a regular razor, kind of similar to something like this, but more of like a regular barber's clipper. So this is about 2 days of growth there, and this is, I use these for 1 day, 2 day, kind of up to 3 days. You can easily just buzz the head. So we're just going to show how everything looks here. You don't need any additional guards or anything like that. It just works from scratch. And you guys can hopefully already see a bit of a difference there. Just gives you a nice clean look. Honestly, it gets you right down to the skin, and you're going to be good to go for 1-2 days. And again, sometimes I'll push it to 3 if I'm being lazy. But yeah, you guys can see already what a difference that is there compared to how everything looks on that side. And so just hit it up quick, go around the back, grab up top just for good measure in case there's anything just sitting around there. I do this, takes about 3 minutes a day. Just get around everything. The blades right away being brand new feel nice and good and sharp. So yeah, very, very excited for that. And then I usually just clean it up right around on the sideburns, get whatever, or unless if you don't have a beard and you just go, you could probably use this, just go all the way around the face and you're good to go. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, not going to do a full-on shave right here on the video, but thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting the channel. There's going to be a full video, again, on this over on the Patreon for you guys to see if you guys want to just sort of see the whole process. Again, please use the affiliate link down in the description below. That way the channel gets the kickback for your purchase if you guys are heading over to Skull Shaver to make a purchase. So again, they got stuff for guys, girls, whatever you want. Check them out. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.